Oh,
Well, uh,
there we
what?
are.
Are we on?
Yeah.
All right.
What's
Hi.
up, Frank
Hello.
bitches?
Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Nincompoops podcast. It's your host Paul, along with my fellow co-host Jim and Dean. And Dean is messing with his mic right now. How are you boys today?
Uh, looks like it's not connected right now, but
No.
it's
I'm
not for
here.
him, but for me. Yeah, I'm doing good.
I am
All
doing
right.
great though,
He's doing
Yeah.
another stand-up podcast routine. Yeah.
Stand up,
right?
another stand up.
if we're gonna do this, I'm just gonna move my mic.
In the future, yeah. You can do
Yeah.
that. Do that. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how professional we are, by the way, viewers. We do a setup while we're starting the podcast, not before, because that's how we roll. You guys are subscribed for this type of content, so this is what you get.
Hey, yeah, they knew what they were signing up for. If they're still here today and they're
If
still
you
watching, then they're like, all right, we expect
Yeah,
this.
if you want us to not set up during the podcast, donate. Okay, we'll
Okay.
please donate.
We're poor right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing that. But yeah,
No,
anyways,
yeah,
what the recent success of the debut the video cams last week? I guess we decided to continue on with this week. See how
yeah,
that goes.
for like the past several episodes, we would hit like around 10 views, but the last one got 35 out of nowhere. It could just be that because it's the first video one, everyone's like, "Bacana, who are these guys?"
I know, right? Exactly.
But it seems you guys may have not commented. You guys wanted more, but judging by the view count, it seems that it works. So
Yeah. We'll
here we are.
see. We'll go with this. I still think every now and then we'll probably like switch it off, whether or not we're doing cancer, depending if we feel like it. But I think today we felt like it, so we're gonna do it. Move my mic a little bit forward as well. I apologize in advance though for any of our listeners if my voice sounds a little bit weird today, because I am kind of sick. No worries, it's not the Rona or anything. I don't believe. I think it's just the common cold. It's like this stuff I feel like every year, usually just like a cough or like a sniffly nose, and that's it. I don't even have like a sniffly nose right now. It's just mostly just a cough.
Have body pillow.
Body pillow partner today. So yeah, if my voice is like a little bit hard to understand, I apologize in advance. And if you hear me like cough a little bit, it's normal, and it's likely just cold, not COVID or anything. Highly doubt it, especially since I'm fully vaccinated as well. Even though breakthrough cases are possible, I'm pretty sure it's just a common cold. So I feel good. Other than that,
Well,
so yeah,
as for me, I'm not sick, but it is noticeably chillier today than previous days because
I know. I love
yeah.
it. I love it. It feels great. We finally have like cold weather. I don't know how long it'll last, but thank God. I get tired of like just hot weather all the time.
I've had cold weather every
Oh
night.
yeah, it's cold where you're at.
Yeah, I know. It's very windy.
Yeah. I wonder. I don't know nothing about geography, but I wonder why that is. Is it because we're near the bay? But then again,
I'm
it's also kind of not.
I'm more like at the bottom of the valley kind of thing, like geography wise. So the downhill wind is just
Stronger.
Yeah,
But
stronger and
it's not
cooler.
as bad here. Is it because we're higher elevation than you, or is it just because
I
or
believe
what?
so.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Like I know
Yeah, we
nothing
have
about
no idea.
geography.
Yeah, just letting you guys know, we have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, I
I
do.
remember learning. I remember learning about this in like science class, but I don't remember.
I do.
the
I
details.
took a geography class.
Mm.
Yeah, the only science classes I've took and remember some stuff from at least is like environmental studies, and then like some astronomy. No, not even that. Actually, I don't remember jack shit from science. Besides like the stuff that's like related to psychology. Yeah, when it comes to like, hey, what is this land thing called? I'm just like, like I have no clue. I'm a total layman, or even worse than that, I guess.
Yeah, I just remembered or learning just enough to like pass the class, pass the tests, and all that. And years later, I mean, if you can ask me back then, I'd probably answer like pretty easily. But now I'm like, nah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. So, and then yeah, if you ask me what a rainforest is, I'll just say it's a forest where it's wet because rain, like right?
Yeah.
You know, I have no clue. So
Rain.
And then the rainforest in Brazil is getting fucked up. That I
yeah,
know.
it's always getting fucked up. But I do know that. So yeah, trees getting cut down, that's fucked up. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's wet. At least it should be.
It should
Yeah.
be.
My jog.
Not so much anymore. Earth logs is dying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we get like a one heavy rain so I can shower in the rain.
I remember when we went to the Philippines and I was like so excited just to like take a shower outdoors in the rain. And there was that one night when we're like, I don't know, in
Eating.
someone's yard. We're eating, we're like playing some kind of board game. I forgot what it was. And I was like, every time it rained, I was like, man, I want to go. I want to go take a shower in the rain. You guys stopped me every time.
Yeah, I mean they were trying to play the game, and we the asshole to be like, yeah, I'll skip.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about our Japan trip a lot, but we never talk about the Philippines ones. I think it's mostly because I'm one of the people that didn't go to that one, so
Yeah,
maybe
but
that's why.
you and
But
Jeffrey were the ones that did not
yeah,
go on that trip.
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, if I'm ever not here for some reason, it's just you two. You guys should tell that story because you know there's probably plenty of stories you guys can tell, but because you know I'm here, I can't. You know, it'd be weird if I'm just like sitting here and be like, "Wow, I heard all this before."
I
Yeah,
mean, you still can. You can like ask
that's
questions about the trip. You
that's
can like
true.
act like the audience because they themselves also did not go on that trip either. You could be their ambassador or arbiter or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I
Yeah.
can always pretend like like I'm hearing everything for the first time. I guess.
I'm gonna answer the first question. Yes, the internet is dog shit over there.
In the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was like house sitting for you guys, and you guys would try to talk to me through like the cam, and then
Yeah.
all I could hear is like, "Hey, guys."
It's so
It
bad
was
over there.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I remember when we went on that trip. That was also around the same time my youngest sister was graduating from high school, and I wanted to watch her
Holy fuck,
graduation, but we were
that's
on that
long
trip.
ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think we were on the way to like a waterfall at one point, like in the forest, and I was like trying to watch her graduation on my phone. But I was just like, it's so bad. And unfortunately, by the time like I think it got to her, like, my connection cut out, so I never got to see my younger sister walk the stage, except for when my family recorded it and sent
You
it
guys
to me
went
later.
in. Was it? Wow, you guys went late May. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
like, man.
Yeah, I remember. I think
Yeah,
I couldn't go because I had like midterms or some shit. So yeah, and
yeah, I'm
also
pretty
I
sure
also
like school
was
was.
also very broke at that time as well.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, that was like 3 years ago now because that was the year before Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
yeah. There's one particular story I want Paul telling or even Dean, but
Hmm.
I don't know if it's like if we can do it like a separate episode where we talk about that trip, or we can do it this one if you know you guys feel like it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could also like Kenny also went on that trip too,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
we also have his input as well.
yeah. Unfortunately though, like his first day of work for the week is today, which means he can't really join.
Yeah,
We,
exactly.
we would have to do it on like a Tuesday or something, but yeah, even then it's kind of
We
yeah.
could do a Tuesday podcast. Everyone would just be like, "What the fuck?"
And you get like a day early.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't no biggie.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah,
It
get a
gets
day
recorded,
early.
sent to like
Yeah,
YouTube. You can like watch it. You can still watch post.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Mm.
true.
Yeah, ain't no biggie. Yeah, sure. We could like do
So,
like a.
so we can do like a separate, like probably do it in a later episode then.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. All right. So let's ask like how we did that the little intro. How are your guys like week been so far? What's new? What's shaking? What's crack-a-lacking and all that?
Not much really. I started my application for graduate school recently. It's still ongoing because I still need to get some like I still need to dig up my transcripts from my community college in my upper division college, which was yeah, and then so I think to do that, which is annoying because I'm locked out of my the last school I went to because of this whole security thing they added, so I have to get like a passcode, and unfortunately that passcode was on my old phone, which was an iPhone 6, but that phone broke, so I can't get the security code, so I'm stuck trying to contact SJ's to fix the code and everything,
Yeah.
and it's really annoying. But as for my community college, I don't even remember what my fucking student ID number is because it's been so long since I went there. So I'm trying to contact, like, find a way to contact the school to get all that stuff back and access my account again to get my transcript again, which is super fun.
I bet.
Yeah.
Somehow, for some reason, I still remember my like old university ID number, so I'm still able to log in, even though I have like no reason to now.
I graduated like 10 months ago, and I forgot what my passcode was. It took me like 3 tries to try to remember it. But again, yeah, there's the other stuff to figure out too. So when it comes to like that stuff, I forget that stuff really easily. Except for some reason, my my elementary to high school ID number, which is still in my head for some reason.
Elementary school, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean it's the same number throughout. So I guess maybe it's because I used it for so long that it's kind of ingrained in me. But yeah.
Mm. So no muscle memory from like university years. Nothing.
No.
Nope. Oof.
It just flew by. But I mean I remember one of them. I just didn't remember the community college one. And then
okay.
Yeah. Other than that, everything's been relatively the same. Facebook shut down for a few hours, so I was happy about that. But then it came back up, so I got depressed. And then what else?
Facebook to contact people. So
yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, Facebook. One thing I would miss if it were like, let's say like it were be gone forever, I would miss like the group chat that we have. But then we have Discord, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit, that's like 99% of what I use Facebook for. Is just a messenger app.
Same here.
That's it.
Yeah. And the rest is just kind of nice. Every now and then, I like to see what my friends are doing with their lives and stuff. But a lot of it now, I just see them post really dumb political takes. I'm just like, the Facebook political takes. Haha. This is where I see my friends go down that rabbit hole. And it's been quite a journey seeing some of them going down that rabbit hole. So
it is like a little like time capsule, kind of saying like where you used to be or where your friends used to be and now where everyone is now.
Yeah, sometimes like it's really cool and also like crazy at the same time to see some of them go through stuff like, I'm getting engaged or I have a kid. That number is the number of people I know from school that are starting families and stuff is increasing every year, and that's always like both crazy and cool to me at the same time. I was like, wow, like you're like I've known you. One of them was like this girl I knew in elementary school, and she was like, she was a kind of a short girl, but she was nice. But then now she has a kid. I'm like holy fuck! Like we haven't spoken to each other in fucking like over a decade, but wow, just seeing her, move on with life is crazy.
Indeed.
People getting married. Some people getting divorced. Like sometimes I see people go change their last names when they get married, and then they go back to their original last name. I'm just like, aha! I know. I know what happened. I don't know what happened, but I know what happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's not just Facebook because Instagram's also connected to Facebook, so Instagram got shut down too. So like,
yeah, that's how I know. That's how I know something was up because like when I first tried to go on Instagram because you just part of my usual ritual thing. I was like, all right, wake up in the morning, go to my apps. I do it sometimes because for some reason, like on my phone,
I check Instagram way more.
I don't know what it is with the Instagram like app icon or symbol. For some reason, that whole camera circle thing, it just makes me like my thumb just wants to press it. Even if I'm not even on there for like 2 seconds, I just like press it, close. I don't know why. It's like it's kind of therapeutic for me. I don't know why, but that's how I noticed like something was up because like first couple times I tried to go on Instagram, I'm like, oh, nothing's happening. Like that's weird.
I thought my internet was out because I opened Instagram, it wasn't working, and I opened Facebook, it wasn't working. I was like, huh, that's weird. And I opened Twitter, and it was working. I was like, oh, what the fuck, that's weird. And I saw on Twitter, it was like, oh, Facebook shut down. I was like, what? And I thought it was like for good, and I was like a little excited, but then it wasn't. But if it were shut down, I would miss like the old pictures I posted, like the memes I made of you, Paul, for example. Those are my greatest hits from high school.
But
I
is
like
that why? Is
preserves.
that why you fucking like posted like some of the old pictures? Why don't you post it on the 30th? All right, never mind.
No, I haven't posted in a while, but like I had memes of you posted from.
No, I meant in the Discord. The Discord.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no, that's from a separate occasion. I was talking to my friends about just stuff happened like, in high school and stuff. So I just stumbled across that. I was like, it'd be fun if I shared that. But yeah, like I would miss that stuff though. Just pictures with like old classmates and friends. Some of which I still talk to, some I don't. But that's the stuff I would miss. And with Instagram, since it's connected to Facebook, a lot the people who don't post on Facebook are usually going to be posting on Instagram. So seeing them grow up and stuff is it's kind of cool to see on Instagram as well. And I think that'll be the thing I would miss the most if it was shut down. But if it was shut down, I wouldn't be like crying over it. But
too devastated. Yeah, it's mostly just like the pictures I care for. And I think that's like what the original purpose, like what Facebook was, which is like they catch up like old friends and family you haven't like seen in years and see how they go throughout. Now it becomes like giant cesspool of just like political stuff and usually like right wing nonsense and all that.
Yeah, like okay, if you're conservative, and you're watching this, I don't care. Okay, but like the most crazy batshit crazy things are like from the conservatives that are on Facebook because I know some friends that are like have a lot of conservative values, which I don't agree with, obviously. But the crazier ones are the ones that are still posting shit on Facebook every single day. Like, one person was just talking about how like the vaccine turned people to zombies, and they were just talking about how like, and another friend was like posting about how like the schools that we go to, for public schools, they aren't really public schools; they're government schools. I'm just like, you fucking idiot! Like they're paid for by the public through our tax dollars, but they don't understand that. They just see words and they're like, so true, But yeah, it's just Facebook is a hell site, and it's a cesspool of just rapid misinformation where like anything that's said can go, and it just spreads to people like that,
Yeah, I mean that's like when you learn pretty early on, like arguing on the internet, it's probably not the greatest value of your time. Like probably like a big waste of effort and energy, to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was paying attention to what you're saying, Jim. I ain't gonna lie. I was like staring at your window the entire time. It just looks like something. It's October. It's October, man. It's like spooky season. And I'm just like thinking like, what? Something's going to happen where I'm going to see like someone walk up with a giant chainsaw and he's going to fucking murder your ass.
This is like that movie. What's it called? Unfriended.
Oh, is that
movie?
Was that the one with like the whole like it's like
everyone was on Skype? Yeah, everyone was on Skype. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Like, you guys, we're gonna be on the podcast. We're just talking to shooting shit, and then like a fucking laptop charger is gonna wrap around my neck and choke me or some shit.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna be the first one dead just because you're like in such a dark and ominous looking setting right now.
Yeah, like the light you see that makes me look orange is my microphone light, which is red, and it's making me look like I'm like the first person to die in this movie,
That, or he's getting choked out right now and just like slowly suffocating. It's like his blood pressure is going up because all the blood's just getting like choked up right up above his neck.
Yeah, and then you realize, well, you guys are like, well, at least we have the VOD as to see like what happened to him, and then like you guys found out the VOD was deleted. Like it's just some spooky shit,
Yep. And then the question would be who would be next, either like me or Dean.
Well, if I'm going first, it's might be a Discord order, so it could be Dean next because he's like right next to me,
Maybe like legit. Then you low key kind of have like murder background. It's just like so empty.
It's so white.
It's so white. It's just like, look, we need the producers. There's too much money put into the budget. All right, we need to cut some stuff back. All right, just here's the background. This is pure white. Okay, it gets the job done. And yeah, that's just it. Mine is like a little too anime, too random stuff. There's too much.
Now you're still dying. That's your role in the movie.
I'm still dying. But
yeah, we're a movie. None of the protagonists are gonna live. We're all gonna die. Mm-hmm. We're just jobbers.
It was like my debate, like whether or not it'd be like Dean or me next, just because I also have a window, but it's a second story window. So unless like the killer. Like, all right, time to grab a ladder, try to climb up.
Yeah, I had a dream once. I think I might have told you guys in person, but maybe not on podcast. I had a dream that we were like basically in like a haunted house movie, and then we were like we all got our streamer house. We're like, all right, we got our house. You know, time to move in, and we start moving in, and then you know, as always, the haunted house part starts happening where you know just some spooky stuff happening, and then Paul was like, ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. Why would that shit don't exist? I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna live. And then Paul dies, and then we're just
That sounds like me. That sounds like me.
Yeah, and then we're all trying to get out of the house, but then by the time the movie ends, I guess I die because that's how I woke up. So I was the one to die after Paul, you know. And I mean that means Dean gets to live, or maybe my dream continues past me waking up and it's you that dies later on. I don't know.
Have we ever did like an episode on like any like weird or like messed up dreams we had? Ever did an episode on that? Did?
Maybe.
We talked about dreams before though, for sure.
Definitely.
Dreams.
Yeah.
Well, have I told the story about the dream about Ron cucking me?
I
don't think so.
I remember on stream, but or maybe it was on stream.
I don't remember.
We've done so many episodes. I don't know if we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I mean, if we could like somehow like go into like the channel and just like type in like dreams or something, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But we would have to like listen to it. You know, I'll just tell the story.
I'm not listening to it. Yeah, you go ahead and go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say it. If you guys heard this before, I'm sorry, but also I don't care. So,
we do have like episode 36 called like porn and hentai dreams and nightmares, and there's also 46 is dream interpretations. What episode is this one right now?
57.
Ah, damn, we're like 56. It's like every type of episode we talk about dreams for some reason. All right.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's like so I had a dream that I was like bringing over a girl to hang out at Dean's new house just before they moved in, and in the dream I was like talking to her, and you know, and I was like pretty much like not isolating myself from the rest of the group. I'm like, you know, trying to talk to her and stuff on the side, trying to, you know, have like a little bit of like private time between the two of us. And then I would just hear Ron commenting like why is he doing that? Like why is he ignoring us to talk to the girl? And then everyone else was trying to wingman, be like, hey man, like leave them alone, okay? Just let them do their thing.
Let him work his magic, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, and then Ron gets annoyed, and so like later he tries butting into the conversation between me and her, and then I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, can't you see what's going on? Aren't you in a relationship? What are you doing? And then and so you know, we go to Dean's house, and then and all of a sudden like the two of them start talking. The girl I was talking with, and then Ron, and then pretty much I don't know how we get to the point, but then it comes to a point where like she was like trying to choose between me and Ron, and she was like really conflicted, and I was just like, all right, you know. If you like him more, there's nothing I can do about it. All right. If you like him more, just you know, go where your heart's at and be happy. I was like super mature about it, but I was just like, you know, like mi corazón, man. You know, and then
I hate this place.
And then she chooses him, and then they go off together, and I'm just there sad. I'm just like, oh. And then you guys are like, well, you guys want to play some board games, and I'm like.
The logical solution to a board game.
And I'm just like choking up. Okay, yeah, sure. And then Paul offered me some like goldfish crackers, and they're like these orange flavored goldfish crackers. And I was like,
flavor.
They're orange essence flavored or some stupid shit because you know dreams. Yeah. And I was like, are those good? And Paul was like, yeah, they're banging. And then I woke up. And then I woke up. Like, usually when I wake up, I'm, like, fucking exhausted. I'm just like, what time is it? But I woke up, like, eyes wide open. Like, I felt the heat in my face. Like, I was, like, angry as fuck. I was like, fucking Ron, you piece of shit. How fucking dare you, you know? Like, yeah. I was, like, wide awake from the anger. And it wasn't, like, even, like, an 8 hours of sleep. It was just, like, 6 hours. And I just woke up, like, wide awake, angry.
You got cucked by Ron in your dreams, man.
In your dreams.
It was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
He couldn't leave well enough alone, man. that's my dream.
That's some. I know you keep saying like dreams mean nothing. Nah, that's some deep worry right there, friends. You're worried one day Ron's gonna come by and take your girl, imaginary or otherwise.
There's probably an alternate universe where this has happened.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. How like dreams are like alternate universes.
Yeah, this is theory where it's like every dream you have, it's like you connecting to another conscious of you in a parallel universe somewhere. Because if you understand like the basis of the parallel worlds theory is that like for every possible decision made by everything ever, like it will lead out to branching universes, and then one of these universes, Paul and I get killed in a haunted house, and another one I get cooked by Ron. It could be even the same one. It's just that they're just different. Yeah, different parts of the timeline. Who knows?
There's another one where we all went to Disneyland, like the ROTC group, and we all got murdered by Ron. There's that.
Yeah, Ron not only cucks us, but he also kills us. So it's like, what the fuck is up with that? What is up with that?
I think we all have some really deep psychological worries about Ron. It seems your brother.
We worry about him. He's the one that will turn into.
He's like some psychopath that goes out of Twitch, just ruin everyone's lives.
We're worried about your older brother, dude. You need to rein him in, man.
Yeah.
Like, if this is all different universes, like, just in how many universes is he a psychopath? It's just like, god damn. Like, when does it stop?
9 out of 10 universes.
You think he's also one of those psychopaths in this universe too, or is it just the 1 out of 10? He's like
yeah, shit. I guess we'll find out, dude. Yeah, we'll find out across the years.
We'll find out, or maybe we'll find out pretty soon. I'm still staring at like Jim's window. We'll see Ron appear back there.
We'll find out. Maybe one day Paul, like in this universe, he's like, you know what? Fuck all that shit. I love this girl. I'ma marry her. And then Paul's like at the thing. He's waiting for his wife to walk down the aisle, and then he lifts like the little thing, and it's Ron. And Ron's like, haha, bitch. And then like, and then you're like, what the fuck? What happened to Rosie? And then he's like, Rosie?
It was all along.
Yeah, I was Rosie all along.
Rosie, more like Ron.
Get fucked.
That'd be so funny.
I'm like, I'm like laughing too, but there's like tears in my eyes.
You're like,
and they're like, Ron slaps my ass. Happens every time. It's Ron. It happens.
Oh,
well,
my dream today was fighting vampires.
Vampires?
Yeah,
damn, son.
It was crazy. Like I rented this like.
That's seasonal.
So in order to fucking like stay inside this like motel thing, it's like it's like really cheap, but at night there'll be like vampires that you have to like fend off to stay in the room. And then that was like the craziest shit. I was fighting vampires. I was like eating garlic and like using, for some reason the garlic fucking stench turns into like you know how methane is. If you light it on fire, smell.
I've been by cows before, yeah.
Yeah, but if you light it on fire, it'll like combust.
Yeah,
that's how I was doing with the garlic. I was eating garlic so I can like fucking like so I can
fire or something.
Like so like I thought that's what like if a vat comes up to you, just like, and then like he just like she's like just like dies.
Used, like a fucking lighter.
Oh.
Like using my breath as like the fucking thing. That was some weird shit. And then like I was like fucking drawing crosses around the fucking windows. Like,
yeah, I didn't know you were religious.
It was to fend off vampires. I guess.
Of course. Of course.
Are these like Twilight vampires, or are these like Dracula vampires?
They're like ugly as fuck vampires. Like
kind of goblins or something, or
yeah. They're like goblin. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was a nightmare for some reason. I was like waking up sweaty and.
That was a nightmare? That sounds fucking awesome, bro.
Nah, I almost lost. I woke up before like I could get bit or something.
All right.
There were too many to handle.
Was there any like hot, sexy vampires, or they're all just like ugly goblins?
Ugly goblins.
Aw, man. Alrighty. Yeah. Normally I'd jump in, because like normally there'd be like a pretty good dream, but I haven't had any recently, and I don't remember any that are like noteworthy, so I can't really contribute. The only thing I contribute is when you mentioned garlic. Is that I had garlic fries earlier today because yeah, I know it's pretty good. Went to some kind of like nice cafe restaurant place like 20 minutes away. It's my mom's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
so my younger sister and I and our mom went to go like celebrate it. Got her like a what's the present? It's like one of those like digital photo albums we got her. So it's pretty nice. Got some good food. I got myself a steak and shared some garlic fries. It was great. It's great. Now I'm full as hell.
Yeah, I think I had steak Friday. No, not Friday. Sunday. I think Sunday.
Mmm.
Steak for breakfast.
Steak for breakfast?
Yeah.
Dang.
Is it
son.
is it at the cafe?
At
Oh,
that
okay.
place, yeah.
Yeah, steak's
Oh.
just one of those foods I wouldn't eat all the time, but you know, for that special occasion, that it's it's like extra special. That's what makes it good.
I made a mistake before we went in that I ate breakfast like I think like 4 hours before, but I was like just chopping on some like chips as well while I was like eating. I was like, oh, I'm content. And by the time it was time to leave, like, oh no, I'm not hungry. I'm still kind of foolish before we went. And so when we got there, I was like, all right, I need to put up a front. I need to eat this steak because one, I haven't eaten a whole lot of like protein or meat much. It's mostly just been like carbs really.
Yeah.
So like, all right, I'm gonna eat this steak, and by the time I was like halfway down, I was like, oh, I'm so full. I don't want to eat, but I have to do it, and so I did. And now I'm still full as hell. So I'm definitely skipping dinner today. I'm not hungry in the slightest at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you ate quite a bit earlier. That's it's gonna add up to what you're supposed to eat in the day anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And plus, I'm trying to like past like 2 months of like, all right, gain some weight, and now I'm gone to a point like, all right, I'm content with the weight as time to start losing the pounds again and try to keep on that muscle.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. The whole like roller coaster chart thing, whatever. Yeah, that's the plan right now.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Man,
What?
Oh,
what's up?
what's going
No,
on?
go ahead.
Oh no.
I was about to
He's
say,
getting
man, it's time. It's the time. The murders.
There's like
Oh
some
no, it's
flashing
Ron.
lights.
It's Ron. You know what this is like Ron like a good like murderer name? You think of like a mass murderer would like have a name like Ron or something? I feel like it would be.
Maybe.
Like when I think of like a serial killer from like the 1970s or something, it's usually like someone named like I imagine like someone like named like Ron, but he has like that porno mustache at the same time, like white dude. That's what I'm imagining. Like Ron, Ron Smith or something, very boring ass name, very like inconspicuous name, but he murdered people.
Yeah, he murdered.
He's crazy. Killed off his wife or girlfriend, and I was just on a spree, man.
Yep.
He has that like those.
What if all these Rons are
old
one
ass
and the same?
glasses.
He's just like jumping from universe to universe, just fucking over our lives.
That'd be insane.
There's not like 9 out of 10 psychos. It's just like one psycho.
It's
but
just
he's
one
in every
Ron, just
universe.
going from timeline to timeline. You know,
Yeah.
he kills the original Ron just to take the place of that universe's Ron.
Because how would we know it's just, because they probably act the same.
Yeah.
Except
Or maybe
There's
how
probably some
do we
key
know they act?
differences.
How do we know they act the same though? Maybe like what the Rons are like pretty cool and they're like chill and they're like, hey, it's
Or maybe like
you
Psycho
kinda-
Ron is like also like a genius. So he studies the behavior of that universe's
Yeah.
Ron, and then he tries to emulate it best he can, and then he just murders them eventually, and just just keeps hopping on to each one.
Nah, that sounds like a lot of work. I think about it.
Maybe to you, but
Yeah, murders.
to Psycho Ron, I don't think so. He would do anything to kill or fuck up the versions of us over and over.
Yeah.
Because there's nearly infinite versions of us.
Oh,
But there's
is that
only
what-
one of him.
Is that what
Yeah.
you think he goes off to whenever he like travels away for a couple months? That's
Yeah.
what he's doing. In actuality, he's just off like going to different universes,
Yeah.
killing other versions of Ron and fucking up the
Yeah.
timelines. Oh
Yeah.
my
That
god!
way, whichever he originates from is the best timeline.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the one that lets them time travel in the, or
Yeah,
universe hop in the first place. So they've all got technology.
yeah.
Does that imply that we are the original timeline, or you
I
think
mean,
this is just like
to us, this is the original, right? I
Yeah,
would
right?
imagine.
to us it's the original because we don't know if we've set off a different path on the
Yeah,
timeline.
Mm.
there's like another universe of us where we didn't do the podcast today, and yeah,
I mean, there was a very close chance to it. Like I saw like Dean and his brothers like in the other channels. Like I wonder if they're playing new Battlefield today.
We tried to get in, but we couldn't. It says we need the early access. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pre-order a game just for early access. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I went on Steam earlier today, like you said, and then I went onto the Battlefield 2042 page, and I think I just clicked on like
Access.
request permission for access or like request for access or something like that. I'm like, all right, I guess that's it. I thought it was like there's another one of our friends like posted a picture of thing saying like, oh, play the open beta. I was like, oh, I can play it now, but nah. Like, well, that stinks. I guess I'll just go back to playing RuneScape.
Our chances is for the beta is on Friday and Saturday,
Oh yeah.
so it's not too bad of the days.
Mm.
Also, I realized like everyone's playing the beta, so I was like, I'm gonna level up my planes.
How many people were on today? Or is it like the same as usual?
Less servers actually,
Mm.
but the good pilots are gone, so
Nice.
pretty nice.
I guess today's my time to like also level up my crappy planes that
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be touching after we switch.
The only
Uh-huh.
problem was like we were on the opposite teams, so I didn't really level up planes.
The you're on the team that already leveled up all your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they change a lot of the stuff in the next Battlefield game, like especially with like team switching and balancing and all that.
Yeah, I hope there's team switch and team balance because it's not gonna be a good game if there isn't
Yeah.
any.
Cause I remember in my first ever Battlefield game that I played regularly was Bad Company 2. And that definitely had team switch. And whenever I saw like, oh, because I don't know, I like playing as the underdog usually in a game, especially if I'm like, very confident in what I'm doing. So like, if I see like there's less people on another team or there's a lot of low level players on another team, I'll just switch teams immediately. And even though that comes at the expense, like, oh, my friends are all on this one team. Fuck you guys, I'm switching. I don't know. I just like shooting at my friends than I do with playing along with them for some reason. I just find more joy in that.
I don't care which team am I, even if they like switch me to the other team. Like okay.
Yeah, for me, it's just like 95% of the time I'm working alongside with you guys. I just want to play as the bad guy every now and then. I enjoy being the heel or the enemy or the bad guy. I just want to be that. It's just more fun being that, you know?
Other news about gaming, RetroArch is on Steam. Which means emulations like old games are easier to access.
Ooh.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like playing that, what, yesterday with the old Tekken game?
Yeah, Tekken 3, I got my ass beat. those spinning kicks.
Jin. Yeah,
Is that what you're gonna install for the featured living room PC?
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
it's a lot easier to manage. Like I was just like
Then like the emulators we've been using.
yeah, so it just groups up everything into one
Okay, that's good.
thing.
Because I was thinking like a good game we could play is like I mean we've done it already for like a newer version. We could do like Marvel Ultimate Alliance because that was fun when we played it up until a point where we got stuck at a really stupid point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one with all the snipers that kick
Yeah, and then the shitty camera angles too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first game of the series is really good. I imagine the second one's also very good too. The third one it had its issues, but I still had fun doing it, even though we got stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah, I think that's the only time when I started playing that game with you guys. Like, all right, I guess I'll jump in because you guys kept like, or someone kept asking like, "Hey, Paul, jump in." Like, all right, fine. It was when you guys were stuck on the snipers, and I was like, all right, I'm learning how to play this game for the first time. We just got
No,
stuck there.
you did a boss battle with us, I think.
Did I? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I could have sworn you
don't
did.
remember.
The Kingpin boss battle, I think.
I legitimately do not remember. I just remember
Oh.
playing like I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons. I don't even know if any of these buttons are doing anything. I'm participating. I'm that little brother you just give the controller to that's unconnected.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Marvel, like the MCU, but when it comes to like the Ultimate Line games, I always find those fun because it's just like I really enjoy games that are co-op, like those like the fighting games are co-op because it's like you guys get to enjoy it together instead of just watching one person play or because like a lot of games created now like besides like the Mario parties of the world, like a lot of the games now they release just intended for just one person for one person to play at the same time or at once, Or if it's multiplayer, it's like multiplayer. Like like your team against another multiplayer team. It's of you versus the AI.
Yeah, it's just not like as many like LAN games as they used to be back in the day. Because there's the assumption like, oh, you're just gonna play over the internet because that's what 99% of people do when it comes to, like multiplayer games these days.
Yeah, but that's like it's just a fun element to me, just playing together in person because that's what the older games I feel like used to have a lot of, but. Now that the internet's gotten so big, they're like, well, the internet games are what sells, so they don't use like the in-person games anymore. Like Mario Party, I really enjoy playing, but they did add a version where you can play with other people online, which is cool. But I don't know, but yeah, but games that are Mario Party, that are in person, they're not as prominent as before.
Indeed.
When are they coming out with the Nintendo 64 for the Switch?
Really? I don't know when. So what they're doing is really stupid, I think, because they're making it based off the subscription. So if you subscribe to the Nintendo Online, you get the N64 service. I don't know if you get for free at the point of use, where if you already have the subscription, you can get that, or if it's like now that you have the membership, you paid additional amount of money to access the N64 stuff. But yeah, they are letting you play older N64 games on the Switch, and they're selling like a N64 controller you can connect to your Switch as well. Even though I think the controller looks ugly as shit, but
I was about to say, would you really want to play with an N64 controller?
I had the GameCube as my first console, so I was never attached to N64. But when I did play on the N64 for the first time, my first thought was like, this controller looks ugly as shit and it looks too big for my hands. And it just looks bad. And I just feel like the GameCube was like a huge step up,
Yeah, I never owned an N64 either, but I remember on those. You remember those like McDonald's like play places?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I remember that had like an N64, and just like you're able to play it inside like the play place as well. I don't remember which game, but I remember trying to play it, and I remember getting a hand cramp. And I was like, I don't understand how this works. This like legit hurts my hands to play. And I think I don't even remember how old I was. Probably like 5 years old or something. I don't remember. Oh, bad.
I remember playing Smash on the N64 at a friend's house. Because before I had Melee on the GameCube, and Melee is known to be as one of the best Smash games of all time.
That was also my first GameCube game as well.
That wasn't my first, but it was one of my first ones. But it was my first Smash game. And then when I tried the N64 version, I played it. It was like 10 characters that are available. I'm just like, what the fuck? What is this shit? This is garbage. Why only 10 characters? And then when you play it, it's not even that fun either. It's just, it's still fun because it's Smash, but it's not as good as like the games after it. It feels like it's like lacking. So it's more.
A lot of games were lacking back then as well. That's like kind of the norm.
Yeah, but then when you compare that Smash roster to the Melee one, it just feels so lacking. It's just like, you get Pikachu, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and then some others. And then with Melee, they toss at you like, here's Mewtwo, and here's the Roy, and what's that bitch? Sheik. There you go.
Sheik, yeah.
And, amongst others as well.
I think my first game for the GameCube was Double Dash.
Mine was also Double Dash. Yeah. Which still remains my favorite Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Indeed. I legit wanted. The reason why I got a GameCube was legit for Double Dash, But I think when my mom went to go to the store to like get it, she couldn't find it, so she just got us Melee instead. I was like kind of disappointed, but then I was like I quickly got over it. I was like, this is actually really fun. This is a really fun game.
Yeah, Melee was my first Smash game. I thought I used to play against like the kids in my neighborhood, and I would beat them. And my special move was I was using the C stick. I was like, I have learned the secret maneuver of C stick attacks, and then I thought I was like I was always good at Smash, and then I brought my Wii over to RTC because at the end of the semester we would do a potluck, so I brought my my Wii so we can play a brawl. And then I'll use my C stick thing. I would still beat people. So I was like, "Oh, damn! I'm a natural at this game." And then I faced Paul for the first time in Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the most recent Smash game. And then my C stick maneuver wasn't very effective because Paul knew how to block and dodge. And I was just like, "My secret technique it's being dismantled. How could this be? Pakana, who is this guy?"
Dude, I knew about the C stick strat when I was like a little kid, bro. There was like Melee had this little thing where I had this little tutorial thing where they taught you how to play the game. And I only discovered like after like putting like hundreds of hours already into the game. I was like, oh, I'm just like exploring the UI, the main menus and all that. And I just found like, oh, you could use the C stick for that. And I'm like, it felt very limited just because like it only goes for like what it's like almost instant, but you know. If you do the traditional smashes, it's like you could hold it, you could do it immediately, you could do whatever. Yeah. And yeah, I think I didn't have any neighborhood kids to play against, so it was mostly just me and my sisters, and my sisters were kind of doo-doo at the game because they were younger than me, so I always won all the time. So I was like, all right, I want a real challenge. So I would just like fight against like the bots and just put on like at max difficulty. And then eventually at some point I was just like, all right, max difficulty, level 9, 3v1, and I would just play that and practice that way. That's how I got good at Smash.
Yeah. I didn't get better until like I actually like played against coworkers at me and Paul's security job, and then I got better over time doing that, and then now I'm bad again because when Smash is one of those games where like unless you play like literally every day, like you can't maintain like your level of skill unless you play all the time. If you don't play all the time, you fall off really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could still maintain kind of just because like so much muscle memory, and I've always like played Link, and he's like a pretty stable character. He's like been pretty stable with a little bit of changes here and there over the couple iterations of games, but yeah. I definitely don't think I'd be good as what I used to be. But then again, whenever we play though, it's always seems to be like, all right, eight man, 2v6. And I don't that's not a really good gauge of skill just because you're like you spend half the game just like, I don't know where I am. I lost myself. The screen's too small. I can't see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash isn't one of those games where no matter how good you are, you can beat someone 1v7. Like it's not like Ip Man where Ip Man took on 10 people at once. It's not how Smash works.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, did you guys know there's a Nickelodeon version of Smash now?
Yes.
I think it's like Nickelodeon All Stars or some shit like that.
Yeah, Nickelodeon All Stars. You have SpongeBob.
Dude, I have SpongeBob. I saw Danny Phantom on there and like Raphael. I think it was Raphael from Ninja Turtles.
Leonardo is in there.
Leonardo? Oh yeah, one or two of the Ninja Turtles are in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
You gotta have Leonardo in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
he's the blue turtle, man. You gotta have him.
Oh yeah. I think I saw on the Nintendo shop earlier. I was just like, oh, what the fuck? They actually did it. The madman actually did it. I don't know how. I haven't seen enough gameplay. I just know like some characters are in it, but yeah.
Is it legit called Nickelodeon All Stars? Because I
don't know the exact name. I think it's All Stars.
I think it's called All Star Brawl.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. I could have sworn I heard that title multiple times before in the past.
All Star Brawl. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah. Because All Star like
Smash should copyright them. Like, hey, we had Brawl first, and our third installment of the game. It's copyright.
That's so funny.
Probably not, but yeah.
Well,
we had a game called Brawl. You're stealing our idea. But yeah, they have it. They just have it with like exclusively Nickelodeon characters.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you might see some old characters like Danny Phantom was on there.
I don't think I really watched much Danny Phantom when I was younger. Due to the fact I didn't have cable.
I
when
like
was
the first.
younger.
I like the few episodes I did watch, and then I never watched it again because
Yeah, I think I would have really enjoyed watching that show, especially when I was younger, but just never had the opportunity to. There was like a lot of good cartoon shows I would have loved to have watched, but again, just didn't have cable, so I'm just like very limited to just like Saturday morning cartoons or watching Arthur.
Speaking of which, Arthur's ending soon. It's ending winter of next year.
I heard about that. I heard like apparently like Arthur. I thought it was like already got like it ended or something, or
Yeah.
I thought it was already done. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's still been going.
that's wild. It's like it's like one of it's just one of those shows like you just assume it's gonna go on forever. It's like
Yeah,
the
like
same.
Sesame Street. You think Sesame Street is gonna go on forever, but that could end one day for all we know.
Indeed, indeed. It's like the same way like you expect like Ash to just forever be like 10 years old. It's just this is how it works.
No, I think he ages like 1 year for every 5 decades. He's like his show is on. Like I think that's what they're doing.
5 decades. 5 decades. Has it even been 5 decades?
I think I could have sworn that when it first came out, he was like 10. I think he's 12 now, and it's been like
that
25 years or so.
Dude, 5 decades is 50 years.
So like okay, it's like a little bit more than a decade. I was like exaggerating, but still like pretty much a little bit over a decade. You'll gain a year. Yeah, unless they're like, oh shit, he's getting too old. We gotta slow down the time. Like every like 50 years, he only aged like 2 months or something.
Gosh, because I was about to say like, hey, no fucking way, you're telling me Pokemon has been around for 100 years already.
Ash was like 10 years older than us.
Fuck off.
In 95, he was 10, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I don't know.
35.
I feel like they dug themselves into a hole with the whole Pikachu thing, because I think one way they could write around it is like they're like, oh, here's a protagonist switch. Instead of Ash, we're gonna throw in Smoke, and then Smoke like has a Pikachu as well, but then it's not the same Pikachu or some shit. I don't know.
I think
Because they can't keep Ash young forever unless there's like some.
So many chances to switch him over.
Yeah.
They just said fuck it.
No one even likes Ash that much anyway. Like, no one really likes him. People like the Red, right? The one in the video games more.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Like, isn't like Red like a lot more badass compared to Ash?
It's good. Red doesn't talk. He just shows up, wrecks everybody, and then leaves.
Yeah, I remember.
He just shows up. He's like, and everyone's like, so you're the one who took out Team Rocket. Well, I'm gonna stop you. And then they get the ass.
What? I'm gonna stop you from stopping Team Rocket. What?
And then Red looks at them. Red's like, it just like leaves and then moves on to the next gym.
Can you beat my Charizard though?
Yeah.
I remember like taking like a couple or borrowing a couple books from like the public library. That was like the Pokemon manga with Red, and yeah, I remember he had dialogue and he was like pretty badass in there.
I think he's like in the Pokemon Origins.
Yeah. I don't follow that. I don't follow, like, as a Pokemon fan, unlike Paul, I don't even follow that stuff. I'm just like, I like, I pick up the game and I play, but the anime I don't care for anymore.
Dude, I've only played like one Pokemon game, and I was like, I think Diamond, I think, just because like my sister had it on her DS, and I was like, I'm bored. I'll play it.
That game's getting a remake, by the way. If that makes you feel old at all, it's getting a remake. Yeah, it's been like
everything's like
over a decade.
Everything's getting a remake these days. Like Skyrim is getting like another remake. Like,
well, Skyrim's not a good comparison. They do a remake every time like a baby is born. Okay, like like it's expected. It's like a fact of life now.
I know. I remember back in the days when people said like, "Oh, they're making a remake of this." Like, "Oh shit, that's awesome." And now when I hear about a remake, I'm like, I don't care. Everything has been remade at this point. It feels like so. It's hard for me to get excited or even like feel old because like a lot of things get remade, even though things that aren't that old or really deserve to be remade, in my opinion.
It depends on the thing.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the thing.
They brought back iCarly out of nowhere with the same cast, I think. I'm not sure how old I was when iCarly came out, but
I thought that was a joke. I thought that was a meme
No,
or something.
It's catered to adults. Yeah, it's catered to around that
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
That's so weird. It's like if Disney decided to bring back like Hannah Montana or something for
I don't think.
adults as well.
I feel like that would not be as successful. It's just like, there's just all the characters say on the couch, like, "Where's Miley?" And she comes in, and she's like, "Hey guys, it's me, Miley.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
You get the best of both worlds." You know,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think the market is there, but who knows? Maybe there is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's like a weird separation with like what a lot of people or no, for some reason our generation is like kind of like pretty mixed on a lot of stuff.
Isn't it wild, like how, like celebrities go down that route? Like because there's such thing as being like too famous, too young. Whereas
Yeah.
you're like 10 years old, and then your family's like trying to push you to be the next like a TV child actor or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck! Ow! You bitch! What the fuck? Sorry.
I mean, I felt like you kind of have to be like kind of like a little bit of a psychopath, to push your kids to in acting so young.
Oh yeah, dude. They like, I'm not sure if you guys heard the story, but this is one guy who would like get like teen boys together for boy bands like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and all that shit. And then he was like into children too, so he would like fuck some of the band members of various put together boy bands. I don't, maybe not NSYNC and Backstreet Boys particularly, but there's some others where he would like
No,
fuck
I believe you. That happens.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fun.
that world's so foreign to us because we're just like common folk, but that world's so fucked up. And then with like Miley Cyrus's case, her dad and her mom would push her to be like the next big musician, and then you get famous so fast you can't form regular friendships and relationships with other people as well because you're so like in the public eye all the time and shit. And then that shit fucks with you. And then so what happens is that when you get older, you rebel against like what you're supposed to be, as because when you're a celebrity, they put out this image of you. They're like, hey, this is who you are. You're like the clean girl who doesn't party. You just sit at home, you chill, but you're like down to earth. But then like you're like, well, that's not who the fuck I am. That's what they sell me to be. I just want to be me. And so they act out by doing things like
is that like a really common thing with like a lot of like Disney
like
stars? Like they always like go
Cyrus,
like almost 180 in their behavior. Their image.
Yeah, like Miley Cyrus is one everyone can think of now because everyone our age who watches this because they're our age, they know Miley because of Hannah Montana. But Lindsay Lohan went through the same thing. She was like a big movie star with movies like The Parent Trap, where she was like really young, and as she got older, she would be movies like Mean Girls and Freaky Friday and stuff. She got a lot of fame in those movies, and then we find out that she was like a crack addict, I think, and she had a big problem with that, and then her career went downhill from there because she acted out against what she was sold to be. And then there's a whole thing of like these young teenage girls who are getting big. They would be like they would do sexual favors too because their families are like, hey, you need to get famous, so if they come to your room there and they do stuff to you, just pretend like just think about something else or whatever. It's incredibly fucked up.
Yeah, Nickelodeon and like Disney, when they came to those live shows, like to me, I get like a similar vibe. But I would like to ask, and if you guys can like fill me in on this, like I feel also that whole like turnaround doesn't really happen that much with like Nickelodeon children's stars as much, or at least to the same rate of like Disney.
Nickelodeon, who'd be an example, like Miranda Cosgrove?
Like Victoria Justice and all that.
It's not much.
Or
Yeah.
Jamie Lynn Spears and all that.
I don't know what Nickelodeon is owned by, but I would not be surprised if they were owned by the same thing as Disney. But if they're not, there could be something behind the fact that Disney controls so much of what's put out as TV and movies. Because I'm not sure if you guys, I think Paul knows this, but Disney puts out like 90% of all TV and movies you see out there. Like because they own so much. They own Star Wars, Marvel. They own
capitalism, baby.
So they own so much that like if you're going to the theaters, it's very likely it was made by Disney or like a sub company of Disney or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would not be surprised if Nickelodeon is owned by them, but if it's not, then maybe it's the fact that Disney owns so much that it leads to, that Nickelodeon doesn't take the same approach because Nickelodeon is not as big as Disney is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as much like public pressure, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, I do think that you have to be a psycho to be a celebrity, you know, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like you look at what was the recent one? Was it fuck, what was it?
I have no idea.
It was something.
I don't really follow like actors or celebrities that much.
No, there's one celebrity. This is fuck. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. Sorry.
What are they, like a singer or an actor? What they do?
I'm totally blanking on them right now.
They murdered people.
We're still waiting. We're still staring at that window, waiting for Jim's time to come.
Yeah.
His demise. Oh, he's shaking. He's shaking. Oh no, what's happening
He's
now?
pulling him back.
Oh no. Oh no. He's possessed. He's possessed. Call a priest right now.
Yeah.
Oh well, I can't think of it, but like J.K. Rowling, I'll just throw her out there. Remember when she was like the Harry Potter lady? And everyone's like, oh, you know, she's the star, she's the writer of these books, and she's just, you know, she made this whole universe of Harry Potter. It's so cool and amazing, and millennials love her. And then if you find out that she's like, yeah, I don't think trans people are really the same as people, and it's just like, well, oh
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, you think out of all the people, you think he'd be like the most like, hey, it's weird, but I jig with it. Nah, it's apparently not. So
Yeah, I think the most important thing people need to realize, not that they, most people, I'm saying most people don't. It's just that celebrities aren't just people. They got to that level of fame for a reason most of the time. You know, it's just you know the saying, never meet your heroes. You know, like
Yep.
it's okay to be like, I would enjoy this person's work and movies and stuff, but as for the person themselves, oh, Nicki Minaj, that's who I was thinking. There you go.
Oh.
With Nicki Minaj and the whole anti-vax thing, like people were like, "Oh, you know, she was so great at music. She's such an inspiration and stuff." And then
Mhm.
you find out she's done a lot of terrible things, like not just the anti-vax thing, but her like her husband did some terrible shit with women before or children or some shit, and it was like covered up. So like yeah, like these people got famous for a reason. It's not just because they worked hard. You know, they to get to that point, you have to step on some toes on the way up there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Life is a big lie, a big scam, man.
Yep.
Yeah, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, man. He looks like a cool dude, funny dude, laughing with Kevin Hart. But you know, maybe you meet him and he's like, you know, isn't it fun when you just crack some skulls? You know, it's like, oh, hell, in movies, right? He's like, no, like cats and dogs. You know, like just
God.
pick them up on the street. Just you know, that's kind of fun, right? Just hearing that snap, so satisfying. You're just like,
just like the listeners know, we're not saying that Dwayne Rock Johnson like smashes his skull.
yeah, no. For all I know, he's a lovely guy, but using him as an example,
Yeah.
as someone who looks like a cool dude, who looks like a cool and funny dude, like on screen, he for all you know, off screen, he's a total, you know, total psycho, you know.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
I felt like as though, I mean, the same thing happens definitely with YouTube as well, but I think YouTube and Twitch is like a little bit easier to get away with, like, you know, being like relatively online famous, but still it's a little bit closer, a little bit easier to be like a little bit more humble. Not saying all of them, obviously, but
Or I feel like if you are a psychopath on Twitch and YouTube, it's a lot easier to tell because like you're broadcasting a lot more of yourself. You know, like, you can still keep up an act and all that, but I think it's a lot easier for you to slip that mask than you are to be a celebrity. Where the only time like there's a camera on you is when you choose to be, or if like you're doing like an interview or some shit. It's easier to keep a mask on for like a certain amount of, like 2 hours maybe, but for like a YouTuber live stream where you like record yourself like 30 minutes or an hour or several hours every single week, you know, it's a lot easier for your mask to slip up. So
yeah,
if you're a psychopath, usually people can
and just like from an audience standpoint, it seems a lot more accessible for like the audience to like, you know, be on like a same or like similar level with the YouTuber or streamer, you know.
Yeah.
Which keeps like a lot of them like pretty level, you know.
Yeah, like they like when watching Keemstar, like it's very easy to tell he's an absolute piece of shit. You know, if you don't know who he is, Paul or Dean, he's like this drama YouTuber who covers YouTuber drama. But then he acts like a total dick online, where he would like make fun of like children and women for for whatever, just being a reactionary. It's really very easy to tell he's a dick, but yeah, it's a lot harder to tell if like if Seth Rogen's a dick or not, because you're not exposed to Seth Rogen 7 hours a week if you choose to watch him.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 5.
Oh, one more thing to add, and for you guys who are listening, you don't know we're psychos too. For all you know, I could be strangling cats. I was just projecting with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Okay.
I mean, I think it'd probably be like pretty easy whether or not you strangle cats or not, seeing as you own one. Or maybe
that's why I own one. Huh? Maybe it's just to save it for later, so I can like.
Maybe
who knows? I can't even.
Murderer.
Yeah, maybe Paul's not sick. Maybe he just he's just downing the organs of children. Maybe he's not sick. He's just
no.
Oh no.
He's just yeah.
I just want to tell the audience I'm not eating children organs or any organs for that matter.
We never know.
I like my steak medium rare.
The 3 of us knows, but they'll never know.
Yeah.
Like Drum, if you're listening to this, you don't know what we're up to. We could be a Satan cult for all you know.
Could be. I mean, we come here every week.
Yeah,
we had to be like a little bit crazy.
And this red light, it's not from my mic. I lied. That's from the blood of harvested orphans.
That's not a glow. That's legit just like the blood color.
It's the portal. It's the portal to the underworld.
You painted it on.
It's the portal to the underworld. This is my natural skin tone.
Nice.
I mean, it's not as red as it used to be. I haven't been down there in a while, so yeah.
All right.
If you enjoyed today's episode, catch us episodes 1 through 56 already up on YouTube. Deanman.
Oh my god, that's awesome! I didn't know your room could do that.
Oh, well, damn! Because you made your lights red, it projects on my screen, and that makes me look even redder.
Right?
Yeah.
Except for Paul.
I got nothing.
Join us, Dean. Or join us, Paul, on the dark side.
I have this little Lego box I could do this. Perfect. Red.
All right, but anyway, yeah. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, you can catch episodes 1 through 56 already up on YouTube. With this one at 57 going up soon. You watch us live every Wednesday 6:30 PDT, which is going to PST soon because of daylight savings is coming. Sometimes we start a little later, like we did today. We started like 5 minutes late today, but generally we try to start around the same time. We will try to get like a Tuesday episode instead of a Wednesday episode one of these days because we want to get Kennedy for like the Philippines trip episode, which we don't talk about as much, but I'm sure there's a lot of good stories for them to tell and everything.
Yeah, a couple. Hopefully.
Yeah. And yeah, I think all of the links you guys need are in the description below. If you guys, leave a commenting on stuff we say or whatever the fuck, hey, that's cool too. Just let us know. Like, we like reading the comments because we like getting your feedback, especially, for like the camera stuff. Because if you guys like that, which it seems like you guys did, then then we get to know about what you guys liked it, so we can keep it on. But yeah,
it's only episode 2 with the camera, so we'll see.
Yeah. On that, as I'm fading to the darkness, oh god, I'm dying.
That window, man.
I'm fading, dude.
They're going to get you.
Yeah, but pretty much, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good time. And yeah, peace.
Peace
later.
Out.